Hey boys and girls, I'm going to help you do your math paper today, which is all about building related facts. So you're going to be using the part, whole to build fact families, 2 adding questions and 2 takeaway questions. So I have 3 examples that I'm going to do with you, and then I'm going to show you how to do your seat work page. So do you have that paper ready to go? It's okay if you don't. You can pause it and get it when you're ready. Okay, let's start with this house. So the whole is always at the top because it's the biggest number. So in this house, in this fact family, 17 is the whole, and the parts are 9 and 8. So when I'm building my adding questions, I add the 2 parts together to get the whole. So let's do that. So Mrs. Card told you that the parts are 9 and 8. So I'm going to put 9 in the first blank plus 8 in the second makes the whole 17. And then to make the second adding question, I'm going to flip-flop the parts. So instead of 9 plus 8, I'm going to do 8 plus 9. And that equals 17. This question, 9 plus 8 and 8 plus 9, they're actually doubles plus 1 question. If you know what 8 plus 8 is, 8 plus 8 is 16, 8 plus 9 is just 1 more, that's 17. So that's a strategy that you can use to help you solve a question like that. Now to do the takeaways, for the subtraction equations, you have to start with the biggest number, the whole. And in this house, or in this fact family, it's 17. So I start with 17 and I take away one of the parts, 9. And that leaves me with the other part, 8. Okay, to do the last subtraction equation, I'm going to start with the whole again, and this time I'm going to flip the parts. So I'm going to take away 8, and that's going to leave me with 9. So what I've done is I've built a fact family using the whole 17 and the parts 9 and 8. Can you say the facts with me? 9 plus 8 equals 17. 8 plus 9 equals 17. Now the takeaways. 17 take away 9 equals 8. And 17 take away 8 equals 9. Okay, if you're not sure whether or not that is correct or true, you can actually draw dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like a 10 frame. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there's my whole. And now I'm going to take away 8. So I'm going to take a row of 5 away. I could have taken that row of 5. And then I'm going to count on till I have crossed out 8. So I did 5, 6, 7, 8. And whatever's left, that should equal 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've just proven that that's correct. Okay, let's go to the next house. Now we're going to build a fact family with 13 as the whole and 6 and 7 as the parts. And again, I just noticed that when I go to build the adding questions, I'm going to actually be building doubles plus 1 questions. And I'll tell you why. Okay, when I do the adding questions, I start with the parts. So 6 plus 7 equals the whole. Okay, is that actually true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to draw 7 dots. So I'm starting with 6 and I'm drawing 7 dots. Let me count the 7 dots and then I'm going to add them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I can double check and make sure that that's 13. I've got 5 here and 5 here. That makes 10. Count on 11, 12, 13. So that's correct. 6 plus 7 does equal 13. Now I'm going to do the other adding question by just switching the addends or flip-flopping. So 7 plus 6 equals 13. Then I'm going to do the takeaways. I have to start with the whole and take away part. So I'm going to take away 6 and I'm left with 7. And the last subtraction equation, start with 13 the whole and take away the other part. 7 and I'm left with 6. Okay, is that true? Well, let's see. Let's check 13 take away 7. Does it equal 6? Let's draw 13 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now I'm going to cross off 7. So I'm going to cross off a row of 5 and 2 more. That leaves me with, oh, look at that, 2 groups of 3, which is 6. So that's true. Okay, let's move on to the next house. Okay, and in this house, we're going to build a fact family that has 12 as the whole and 3 and 9 as the parts. Okay, so let's start with the parts. We're going to build our adding questions first. A part plus a part, 3 plus 9 equals the whole, 12. Does it really? Well, I know an easy way to check this. I'm going to use my touch math. That's a good strategy. So I'm going to tap 9 because it's the bigger number. Put it in my head, 9. And then use my touch math on 3. 9, 10, 11, 12. Aha, it does equal 12. Now I'm going to flip-flop the parts. 9 plus 3 equals 12. And now I'm going to do my subtraction equations. Start with the whole. I'm going to get that ready in both. And I'll take 3 away first, and that leaves me with 9. And then I'll take away 9, and that leaves me with 3. So probably the trickiest part when you're building the fact families is remembering that when you do the takeaways, you have to start with the whole. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense to do 9 take away 3 equals 12. That doesn't make any sense at all. Okay? Because if I have 9 and I take away 3, that leaves me with 6. So be careful of that. That's a little bit of a trick. Now, when you go to do your seat work, you're doing the exact same thing that Mrs. Carr just did. What's nice about this side of the page is you have to build 4 fact families. Okay? They start you off with one of the adding questions. Part plus a part equals the whole. 6 plus 7 equals 13. Now I have to make the second adding equation. I'm just going to flip the parts. 7 plus 6 equals 13. Okay, look, we just did that over here. So this is kind of nice to give you a freebie. Then you have to build the takeaways. And remember, with the takeaways, you start with the whole. So I'm going to take away one part first, which is 6, and I'm left with 7. Then I'm going to take away the other part, which is 7, and I'm left with 6. And that's how you do that page. Okay, now on the back, okay, look, that looks exactly like what we did over here, doesn't it? So they give you the whole and the part and the part. You build 2 adding questions and 2 subtraction questions. And I even got you started. I put the whole in the first box when you're building the takeaways. So 15 is the whole, 7 and 8 are the parts. So I'm going to make an adding question first. Part plus a part equals a whole. Okay, now I'm going to do the second one. But I'm going to flip-flop the addends. 8 plus 7 equals 15. Now I'm going to do the takeaways. Start with the whole, 15, take away, pick apart. Let's do 7. That leaves me with 8. And then I start with 15 again, the whole, take away 8, leaves me with 7. Okay, so you're using these numbers in the fact family as you're building the adding questions and the takeaway questions. So that's how you do your math today. And if you have time, you can go on IXL and keep practicing in the H exercises. for subtraction. Okay, everybody? Bye-bye.